Hi, welcome to Fiction Fingers Fairy Channel. Please subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories. And don't forget to like and share this video. Thank you. The following day, when Emma woke up, she noticed a slight lightness in her head. Mila's mother advised Emma to continue resting, emphasizing the importance of taking care of herself. Grateful for their care, Emma expressed her thanks to Mila and her mother for looking after her during her illness. She also confided in them about how much she missed her own parents, a longing that still lingered within her. "I wish there was a way for me to go back to my world," Emma murmured wistfully, her gaze distant as she contemplated the seemingly insurmountable distance separating her from her family. Mila, her brow furrowed with concern, offered a sympathetic smile. "I wish I knew how to send you back, Emma," she admitted, her voice tinged with regret. "The mirror in my room no longer shows your world. It seems to have lost its magic. Now it's just an ordinary mirror." Emma's heart sank at Mila's words, realizing the gravity of the situation. The loss of the mirror's magic dashed any hopes of a swift return to her own world, leaving her feeling adrift in this unfamiliar realm. Encouraged by Emma's determination and buoyed by the glimmer of hope in her eyes, Mila's father nodded thoughtfully. "We'll do our best to help you, Emma," he assured her, his voice resonating with sincerity. "We'll explore every possible avenue to find a way for you to return to your world." Emma's heart swelled with gratitude at his words, feeling a renewed sense of optimism wash over her. "Thank you, Uncle," Emma expressed sincerely, her voice filled with gratitude. Emma felt a flicker of hope ignite within her, illuminating the path forward. On that particular day, before heading to his farm, Mila's father embraced and kissed his wife and all of his children. "Take care of yourselves," he said, his voice filled with a mixture of affection and concern. Mila's mother couldn't help but notice her husband's unusual behavior and asked him about it. "Why are you acting so strangely today?" she inquired, puzzled by his sudden display of affection. Mila's father simply smiled in response and then glanced over at Emma. "Cherish our family before we lose them," Mila's father said softly, his words carrying a weight of wisdom and urgency. His gaze lingered on Emma, a silent reminder of the importance of appreciating the bonds of family. Emma nodded in understanding, struck by the sincerity of his words. On that day, after Mila and her siblings went to school, Emma took the opportunity to rest at home. Mila's mother, caring for Emma as if she were her own child, tended to her needs with warmth and compassion. "Are you feeling any better, Emma?" Mila's mother asked, her voice filled with genuine concern as she offered Emma a comforting cup of tea. Emma nodded gratefully, touched by the kindness extended to her. "Thank you, Auntie," Emma said softly, her words tinged with appreciation as she accepted the tea. Despite the care and attention she received from Mila's family, a deep longing for her own parents still lingered within Emma's heart, aching with the absence of their familiar presence. As she rested in the comfort of Mila's home, Emma found herself lost in bittersweet memories of her family. The laughter and love they shared seemed like a distant echo, a reminder of the bond she yearned to reconnect with. In the quiet moments of solitude, Emma's thoughts drifted back to her parents, their absence casting a shadow over her temporary refuge. Mila's mother, sensing Emma's inner turmoil, offered a gentle smile of understanding. "I know it's hard being away from your family, dear," she said softly, her voice filled with empathy. "But remember, you're not alone here. We're all here to support you." Emma nodded, grateful for the reassurance, yet unable to shake the ache of homesickness that lingered within her. In the depths of her heart, Emma held on to the hope of reuniting with her parents someday, drawing strength from the love and memories they shared. That evening, after returning from school, Mila and her siblings diligently tackled their homework while Mila's mother worked away in the kitchen, preparing dinner for the family. As they settled into their routine, a sense of peace permeated Mila's home, enveloping them in the warmth of domesticity. Suddenly, their tranquil atmosphere was shattered by the arrival of a neighbor bearing grave news. Mila's father had been involved in a serious accident on his way home and was severely injured. He is now being sent to the hospital. Mila's mother, who had been busy cooking in the kitchen, froze in shock at the news, her hands trembling as tears welled up in her eyes. "No, it can't be," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion as the gravity of the situation sunk in. Mila, her siblings, and the rest of the family were stunned into silence, their hearts heavy with worry for their beloved father. Upon hearing the distressing news, the neighbors rallied around Mila and her family, offering words of comfort and support in their time of need. Mila's teacher, who had also heard about the accident, arrived at their home, offering her assistance and guidance. "Let me send your family to the hospital," she said, her voice firm yet compassionate as she stepped forward to take charge of the situation. Mila's family, grateful for her support, nodded in agreement. As they rushed to the hospital, fear and hope intertwined in their hearts, praying for the best outcome for their father. Upon arriving at the hospital, Mila and her family were greeted with the distressing sight of her father being wheeled into the operating room. Anxiety gripped their hearts as they anxiously awaited news of his condition, their minds consumed with worry and fear. As the minutes stretched into agonizing hours, they paced the sterile corridors of the hospital, their thoughts consumed by a whirlwind of emotions. Mila clung to her siblings, seeking solace in their shared grief, their tears mingling with the uncertainty that hung heavy in the air. Finally, the moment they had been dreading arrived as the surgeon emerged from the operating room, his expression grave and solemn. With trembling hands, he delivered the devastating news that Mila's father had passed away during the procedure, his injuries proving too severe to overcome. The weight of the doctor's words crashed over Mila and her family like a tidal wave, leaving them reeling in shock and disbelief. Tears flowed freely as they huddled together, their hearts shattered by the sudden loss of their beloved father and husband. Mila's teacher, who had accompanied them to the hospital, enveloped them in a comforting embrace, her words of solace offering a sliver of comfort amidst the overwhelming grief. "I'm so sorry for your loss," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion as she struggled to find the right words to console them. The doctor and nurses, witnessing the family's anguish, offered their support and condolences, their presence a beacon of compassion in their darkest hour. With Mila's teacher taking charge of the arrangements to repatriate her father's remains, a weight was lifted off Mila and her family's shoulders, allowing them space to grieve. As they navigated the difficult process of saying goodbye to their beloved patriarch, the support of their neighbors became an invaluable source of strength and comfort. "Mila, we're here for you and your family," one neighbor said, offering a reassuring hand on her shoulder as they gathered to discuss funeral arrangements. Mila nodded, her eyes brimming with tears of gratitude for the outpouring of support they had received during their time of need. In the days that followed, the Mila household was shrouded in a veil of sorrow as they mourned the loss of their head of family. Friends and neighbors came together to offer their condolences, their presence a tangible reminder of the love and compassion that surrounded them. "We're deeply sorry for your loss," another neighbor offered, her voice filled with empathy as she embraced Mila's mother. "Please know that we're here to help in any way we can." Mila's mother nodded, her eyes filled with gratitude for the kindness extended to her family during their darkest hour. As the funeral proceedings unfolded, the community rallied around the Mila family, offering their assistance with every aspect of the ceremony. From preparing meals to lending a listening ear, their neighbors went above and beyond to ease the burden of their grief. After several days had passed, Mila's mother gathered all her children, including Emma, who now lived with the family, for a discussion. With their father no longer present, Mila's mother took on the responsibility of providing for the family. "I'll need your help, all of you," she said, her voice tinged with determination as she addressed her children. "Now that Dad's gone, it's up to us to pitch in," Mila's younger brother chimed in, eager to contribute to the family's well-being. "I can take on some part-time work after school to help out," he suggested, his eyes reflecting his determination to support his mother and siblings. "I'm willing to help too," echoed Mila's younger sister, her voice filled with sincerity as she offered her assistance. Mila's mother nodded, grateful for the solidarity shown by her children. "Thank you everyone," she said, her heart swelling with pride at the resilience and determination displayed by her family. "With all of us working together, we'll get through this difficult time." "I'm here to help in any way I can," Emma offered, her voice filled with sincerity as she pledged her support to Mila's family. "We're in this together," she added. With the new arrangement in place, Emma's life took on a new rhythm as she settled into her role within Mila's family. Gone were the days of luxury and privilege she had grown accustomed to with her own parents. Instead, she found herself navigating the unfamiliar territory of school, part-time work, and household chores alongside Mila and her siblings. Despite her efforts to adapt to her new life with Mila's family, Emma couldn't shake the longing for the luxurious lifestyle she once enjoyed, pampered by her parents, even though they were always busy. In the quiet corners of her heart, memories of lavish life casting a shadow over her present reality. The contrast between her past and present circumstances weighed heavily on Emma's mind, reminding her of the privilege and comfort she had taken for granted. She found herself yearning for the days when her parents' busy schedules were punctuated by moments of indulgence and extravagance, a stark juxtaposition to the simplicity and responsibility of her current life. Though she appreciated the love and support of Mila's family, Emma couldn't help but feel a sense of loss for the carefree days of her youth, where her every whim was catered to and her needs effortlessly met. To be continued.